teaching my worker and student, I say, when people are not familiar drinking green tea, the best thing to introduce them is a Dragonwell. And then later on, introduce them to the Japanese tea because the more darker veggie note and stronger, and the people just get to the green tea fan. It's light, so please have a cup of the tea and taste it, and we wake up early morning. Okay, you can drink it during the break time.
Okay.
Not like a strong like coffee. But anytime you can just have a cup. It's a sweet, natural, clear. Okay. So Dragonwell was known in Qing Dynasty, and it introduced to the emperor, the fourth emperors of the Qing Dynasty, called Gongxi. The common people have to give them the gifts, and that this was classified as a gongcha, so the imperial tea. So when you come down to his grandson, Qinglong, that time, he loved it. He always go around. He's the sixth emperor. This is like late 1700 the time. He go around and to travel. He went to the village, the Longjiang village, that Hanchow, the area, and he loved the tea. He visited there, and the people give him the tea. And then when he will visit the farm that time, give him a pack of the tea and flattening up. So if you see the tea leaves, it's flat. Okay, and he carried back to the court and drink and make a cup of tea, like that.
Cool.
It's easy for him, It's easy for him. It's a legend, okay? That's what they always say about how they come out. When you come, after you see the leaves and taste the tea, and also you can smell it. So we're gonna let you smell the infused leaves. So tea, I mentioned it before, tea is well funny. This kind of Longjiang tea, and then if you take the plant, the same plant, okay, and grow it different different absorbing different soil, different weather, it should come out differently. So some of the people go in the different part of the country and they claim themselves, but actually they say that it won't come out the same because the soil and the weather and everything is different. Okay, so actually they should name something else. Yeah. So they say that people who know about the tea should distinguish this is from Hanchow area, and it was they say it costs a different price. Okay. All right. Belgium have a legend. It's also related to the emperor Qinglong. When he visit the little farm, the time he doesn't dress like a king to go over there. He dressed like common people. So he have some overcoat covered. So the story that they're talking about, he went to the little like a tea house, the old thing, the little shop like us, the kind. He just sit down there and he want a cup of tea. He drinking a little wine, and then he really loved the tea, and then so he took out his leaf of some tea right there, tea leaves. He pop out some tea leaves and tell the waiter, when the worker say, hey, could you, I have the tea leaves here, could you get some water and make me some Longjiang tea? Somebody gave him down the village, So the worker saw underneath his coat to have the golden kind. Nobody really wear the kind of coat for golden. It's only king can do it. He saw that. So he's very scared. Went to the kitchen, and went to the kitchen. Tell the master, say the king is here. The king is here. The emperor is here. Come along. Then the chef was the owner. And the master was cooking shrimp. He's nervous, and that the front workers so they put the leaves and blew the leaves right there and get the hot water. when he cooking the shrimp, he think it's the scallion. He just dump right. So that's what that's what will come out as a Dragonwell shrimp. Okay, and they take and present it to the emperor. The emperor loved ordering the common people food from the Shanghai, the Hangzhou area, the famous about the stir fry shrimp. Wow. So order that.
But with tea.
Come out, it's supposed to be a green onion.
Okay.
And then because the dump right there and it tastes out well. That's how they come out. Okay. How to step one, take out the shrimp. Okay.
I always want to learn how to do that. Okay.
Now, first you peel out the head. Right, I'm going to make you guys left the two of them to do.
Cool.
You peel the head and the shell, and then use the stick and then take out the grain outside the breast side. Okay, so this part I already done. Okay, I think each of the people we can have 3 big ones for yourself, and then you need to cook your own thing. Okay, that's the part. Now another ingredient. Just a little bit. Okay. Because you taste the Dragonwell, the tea is light. You cannot use anything more powerful than the tea.
Yeah.
So because I have overpower, so I choose not to use butter. I tried it before. The traditional people using just plain cooking oil. I cannot use. You don't substitute because we are in the Western world. Don't use butter because butter is strong. Okay. They used to use peanut oil. You know, in China they use very famous using that. So I choose using the oil type of less flavor than. I already wash it and I take out the grain. And now that we need to using egg white. Okay, and this one because we have so many shrimp. Okay,
what's that?
So the shrimp, cornstarch to make the
cornstarch. Okay,
the starch, anything with the starch. Okay, it's about like 2 teaspoons of that.
So
it depends on the size of how much shrimp you have. Okay. Cooking, you need cooking at home doesn't matter. You can use the hand. Let it sit a little bit. Okay. Okay, let it sit a little bit. Then remember, shrimp is seafood. You don't really so much salt, okay? Because it's kind of salty. If you like one, you like a salty taste, and then you add later on when you do the stir fry. Now that's why I don't do anything in here. Now another ingredient is we need. Mess up now. This is the oil, and this is the sherry. Sherry is I like to put it on that to make it really good in the taste. And the other one is the scallion and the ginger. Now first we need to cut that first because when you do the frying, it's very fast. It's so fast, and you don't. It's just only a few seconds. You know, you're done. You know. Say like about 2 tablespoons. Okay, for your free shrimp. Okay. Okay, and the ginger. Some people like the ginger to be like peel and very but it depends, you know, how you like to be with everything together. So cut in the little stringly like this, long and straight.
Okay.
Okay, that's a good amount for one serving. Okay, let's start. Now I have an extra like a pan and a strainer right here, because when you need to cook this first, the shrimp first, and strain it out. Okay.
After you cook it.
Then you could take care of the vegetable part and mix it together. You don't want